Hi students, I am Praveen Sebastian Paul. In this lecture, we are discussing a PNP transistor type. So in the previous lectures, we had mentioned what is a transistor. So as we mentioned, a bipolar junction transistors are used for amplification as well as switching purpose. And based upon the construction, these bipolar junction transistors are classified into two. They are NPN and PNP type transistor. Here in this lecture, we are discussing the PNP type transistor. When a single N-type semiconductor layer is sandwiched between two P-type semiconductor layers, a PNP transistor is formed. The circuit symbol and diode analog of the PNP transistor is shown in this figure, and the PNP transistor is made up of three semiconductor layers. They are one N-type semiconductor layer and two P-type semiconductor layer. The PNP transistor has three terminals. They are emitter, base and collector terminal. The emitter terminal is connected to the left side P-type layer. The collector terminal is connected to the right side P-type layer. The base terminal is connected to the N-type layer. The PNP transistor has two PN junctions. One junction is formed between the emitter and the base. This junction is called the emitter-base junction or emitter junction. The other junction is formed between the base and the collector. This junction is called the collector-base junction or simply a collector junction. So when it comes to the working of an unbiased PNP transistor, when no voltage is applied to a PNP transistor, it is said to be an unbiased PNP transistor. At the left side P region, that is a emitter region, and the right side P region, that is a collector region, the holes are the majority charge carrier and the free electrons are the minority charge carrier, whereas in the N region, that is a base region, the free electrons are the majority carriers and holes are the minority carrier. We know that the charge carriers, that is the free electrons and the hole, always try to move from high concentration region to a lower concentration region. For holes, the P region is higher concentration region and the N region is the lower concentration region. Similarly, for free electrons, the N region is a higher concentration region and the P region is a lower concentration region. Therefore, the holes in the left side P region, that is, the holes in the emitter region, and the right side P region, that is the collector region, experiences a repulsive force from each other. As a result, the holes at the left side and the right side P region, that is the emitter and the collector region, will move into the N region, that is, they are moving into the base region. During this process, the holes meet the free electrons in the N region, that is the holes from the emitter and the collector region meets the free electrons in the base region and recombines with them. As a result, the depletion region, that is the positive and the negative ion region, is formed at the emitter to the base junction and base to the collector junction. At the emitter to the base junction, the depletion region is penetrated more towards the base side. Similarly, at base to the collector junction, the depletion region is penetrated more towards the base side. This is because at the emitter to the base junction, the emitter is heavily doped and the base is lightly doped. So the depletion region is penetrating more towards the base side and less towards the emitter side. Similarly, at the base to the collector junction, the collector is heavily doped and the base is lightly doped. So the depletion region is penetrated more towards the base side and less towards the collector side. The collector region is lightly doped than the emitter region. So the depletion layer width at the collector side is more than the depletion layer width at the emitter side. So these are the basic concepts of an PNP transistor in a unbiased condition. So as we mentioned, a transistor or a bipolar junction transistor is used as a switching or amplification purpose, and in the case of an PNP transistor when a single N-type semiconductor layer is sandwiched between two P-type semiconductor layers. A PNP transistor is formed, and when no voltage is applied to a PNP transistor, it is said to be an unbiased PNP transistor, and these basic principles are discussed in this lecture. So my dear students, hope you had understood this topic. So my dear students, kindly write down the assignment question. Our question is, write notes on the PNP transistor and the unbiased conditions of a PNP transistor. So my dear students, in the upcoming lecture we will discuss the working of a biased, that is when an external voltage is applied to a PNP transistor. So we are discussing the biased PNP transistor in the upcoming lecture. So my dear students, see you soon. Until then, goodbye, thank you, and all the best.